Lauren Boebert compares government funding bill to a Diddy freak-off. Boebert, a member of the far-right caucus in the House, tried to elevate her concerns about a government spending bill that would prevent the federal government from shutting down Colorado Rep. Lauren Boebert tried to articulate her opposition to a government spending package bill by comparing it to freak-offs, the alleged sex acts where Sean Diddy Combs coerced and drugged women to get them to participate for his pleasure. This continuing resolution that we're going to vote on today, it's going to screw our country more times over than a Diddy freak-off, Boebert said on Steve Bannon's War Room podcast Wednesday. The resolution the far-right congresswoman was referring to is a piece of legislation that would prevent a fast-approaching government shutdown by continuing to fund the federal government at current spending levels. She called the government's current funding chaos and madness, while escalating it to the height of the allegations against Diddy. Combs, a music mogul, was charged with 3 federal crimes, including sex trafficking and racketeering, for allegedly running a criminal enterprise that aided him in abusing women physically, sexually, and emotionally for more than a decade. Federal prosecutors say the rapper directed freak-offs, which allegedly included forcing women to participate in recorded sexual activities, often with male commercial sex workers, while under the influence of substances. Combs has pleaded not guilty to the counts, and his lawyer insists he is an innocent man with nothing to hide. He is currently being held without bail while awaiting trial. Boebert invoked the reference to freak-offs, seemingly to illustrate how dire she believes the continuing resolution would hurt the U.S. That continuing resolution includes a measure called the SAVE Act, which would require voters to provide proof of citizenship when registering to vote in national elections. Republicans in the House have already passed the measure, but the Democratic-controlled Senate and President Joe Biden oppose it. Boebert joined 13 of her Republican colleagues in voting against the spending bill on Wednesday evening in an effort to keep the SAVE Act alive, after former President Donald Trump insisted Republicans should vote against the continuing resolution. "I love the SAVE Act," Boebert said. "I believe that President Trump was absolutely right that we should not fund the federal government without ensuring our elections are secure. Non-citizens cannot vote in federal U.S. elections and have not been permitted to since 1924. Despite this, Boebert said she is willing to shut down the federal government to secure elections, a reference to widespread false claims of election fraud.